The Great Gatsby was built on stolen words, and the person the author stole them from was his own wife. This is Lost Women, the story you think you know and the parts they left out. Zelda Fitzgerald was an artist and writer, brilliant and famous in her own right, long before The Great Gatsby made her husband immortal. When she married F. Scott Fitzgerald in 1920, she became his muse, but she was also his source material. Scott copied directly from her diaries and private letters and put them into his published novels without credit. When Daisy delivers the most iconic line in The Great Gatsby, "I hope she'll be a fool, a beautiful little fool," those were Zelda's actual words said out loud at the birth of their daughter. But it gets worse. In the 1930s, Zelda's mental health deteriorated and she spent years in and out of psychiatric institutions. While she was locked inside those walls, Scott was publishing novels built directly on her letters and her life, while also calling her a third-rate writer. When Zelda wrote her own novel from inside the hospital, her only chance to tell her own story, Scott accused her of stealing material he wanted for himself and demanded she cut chunks of her own life story. She called him out publicly only once. In a newspaper review, she wrote that her husband seems to believe plagiarism begins at home. Zelda died in 1948, locked in a room at a psychiatric hospital when the building caught fire. Scott had been dead for years by then, celebrated as one of the greatest writers in American history, while Zelda's work was largely forgotten. She deserved better.